See that?
Yeah. This is why I don't like to set up over Zoom. You got all
Okay.
these things. See, now I've got a message up here. Messy, messy.
Okay.
Now I need a better streaming platform. We'll get better as we get more mature at this. So
Okay.
anyway, so you guys are already in Syracuse, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Been
I'm
here
fighting a good.
since last night.
I'm fighting a good fight to get out of here. Like I said, 3 trips to the airport
You coming
uh,
over?
in the morning. In the
Okay.
morning,
We'll look forward to
because
seeing you.
so I booked a rental car. Right, I did everything. I packed. I planned ahead of time. Had a schedule for today, and at lunch, because I work from home on Fridays, right? So at lunch, I had an Uber pick me up and take me to the airport. And I figure, all right, awesome. And I'll stop by Menards on the way home, pick up the fans I'd ordered, and come home and just shove everything in the car and be ready to go. Yeah, that's laid plans, huh? Let me tell you. They did not have rental cars. And I was like, so what do you, and look, granted, I understand you fly in, it's probably a worse situation to not have a rental car, but I was like, okay, so what do I do? Like I'm here. I took an Uber up here, and the lady's like, well, you could take an Uber to Grand Rapids. Now, for those that don't know where I am, that's an hour away. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be working. I'm like, like I took an extended lunch, but I can't just take, 3 hours out of my day. But anyway, I came home and then I went to go get stuff done. I ended up taking a half day off. And then they called me in the middle of my running around when I got the dog in the car. And so I had to run home and then take an Uber back up. It's been great.
Get the car.
I do have the car, which is great because I didn't want to pay to drive the Tahoe all the way to Syracuse for no good reason. So I rented me a little hybrid to get some good gas mileage.
Why not the Corvette?
You can rent Corvettes.
No, you actually cannot. I looked. So in New York, there
Oh,
was there was nothing really close. It
okay.
was very inconvenient, and to rent one from here and drive it over there is very, 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 very. It's prohibitively expensive.
You could have driven yours.
Mine's busted. Went
Ooh.
off the trailer. Oh, do you guys not know? You
No.
guys don't follow the channel. Ha
Oh,
ha. You
no,
just
wait.
got
I did
busted.
see that.
No, what happened? I haven't.
You had a little issue, and you had some family issues there that happened. And
So there's multiple things, right?
sorry
So
to
my
about that.
C5 at the end of the year last year, even after I'd secured the overall championship in Michigan, I was on my way to the last autocross, and we had some sleet that morning.
Uh-oh.
And well, anyway, going down the country highway, and I actually took the country highway so I could drive slower than going down the interstate, being that I was pulling the trailer. Well, I hit some heavy slush. My steering wheel was turned left, but the Tahoe went straight into a field. Unfortunately, there was a culvert in the middle of the field. If it had truly just been a field, I think I probably could have just drove out into the middle of the field and been okay. But there was a ditch down in it, and when I got down in there, it rocked the car. And the best thing I can figure is one of the hooks because I use the holes in the chassis to strap mine down. One of those I did not find. So one strap let go and the car kind of twisted in the very front corner of it went into the headache or into the well, not the headache rack because it's not that tall, but the ramp rack, right? So it destroyed the front bumper, the radiator, the fender, some of the underpinnings and stuff. And yeah, it is what it is. And then yeah, it went to my brother's this spring and to get fixed. And unfortunately, he passed. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's now it's
Our
back up
condolences.
here. Thank you. And the process of that, my brother had a Corvette paint and body shop, and he had taken a C4 in on trade, and he promised it to my niece who's 20. Well, it had some problems, and he and I were discussing those too. And I'm a huge C4 fan, as anyone who follows the channel would know. And L98s are my bag. I have an L98 IROC as well. And we were discussing the problems with it. And anyway, after it was in the middle of that it happened. And I just told her, I guess I'm just going to take it home. I said, it's a high mile C4 that's not in excellent shape. it's not worth a whole lot of money. So I said, just let me take it home. We'll work on it, plug away at it. We'll keep it. We'll get it running for you. And I had it running pretty good. And then the air conditioning quit on the last trip. Yeah. And I'm sure it's just something like a fuse or something because the whole unit shut down. Like, not like it stopped blowing cold air, like the whole thing just turned off.
Oh man.
And yeah, anyway, so uh, yeah, my son and I, we brought it home, we parked it, and just kind of, we were like, great, we fixed one thing for something else to break. It just
Oh, boy.
definitely didn't trust that car to drive all the way to Syracuse, though.
No, I don't think I would.
But someday we'll get it running, and it's kind of crazy. But I will tell you, a lot of people in NCCC. I've got a lot of friends in the Michigan region and up here in the Indiana region. Had a lot of people reach out to me and stuff, and certainly had a lot of support from the club.
Yeah. That's the
So
nice part.
yes, absolutely.
I think you mentioned that's one of the hearts of NCCC.
It truly is. It truly is. And yeah, I mean, not to be a humdrum on this, but yeah, it's been a rough beginning of the year for me. And I've been a little stressed. That's why I came in here with this. I'm really running short on time. That's what it ends up being is I feel really pinched for time. Because amongst all this, I do have a full-time job.
And when are you leaving to come to Syracuse?
In the morning.
In the
And
morning.
how many hours are you going to drive?
It's about 9.
9?
It's all right. We drove what, 24?
Total. On the road. Not
I have
keeping the
seen
overnight sleep.
I have secret sauce. The secret
Okay.
sauce is called NO Explode. It, it's one of the pre-workouts. It's got 275 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Oh my God. I would explode.
Yeah, that's NO Explode, not no explode. That's nitrous oxide
Yeah, you have
explosion.
to be
Not yeah,
careful about that. Yeah.
yeah. It's and then it says on the back of it, do not consume more than one per day. But
Hey,
that's my secret sauce. I'll tell you what, I drink one of those when I come home from work. I'll get a workout in, cut the grass, and do everything else, and won't even sit down. It's great. It's great.
we have other things we take.
Okay. Not gonna ask.
We're not going to talk
And
about
yeah,
that.
we're not going to talk about it.
No, but why don't we talk about what we came to go on here to talk about? Because you guys are part of this crazy thing, and I had never seen this before I joined NCCC. Saw it at my first convention, right? So we're going to talk about some valve cover racing tonight. Because I'll tell you what, when the track gets set up, and I've had the pleasure of helping set that track up once.
Good.
When the track gets set up and the sun goes down, boy, does it get interesting in that room. It's a glorified Pinewood Derby, but
It is.
do people get excited over it? So let's talk about this craziness because I understand that there may even be some unresolved issues from 2025 that we may have to settle on the track up here in Syracuse.
Probably.
We might have to get into that. Anyway, so for those that may just be tuning in here that may not know, I'm Kyle Feltz. I'm the governor of the Capital City Corvette Club out of Lansing, Michigan. And this is Fred and Donna, but I'm going to let you guys go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about your club a little bit and where you guys are from.
Donna?
Oh, I'm Donna Huddle. I am the governor for Corvettes in Paradise in Naples, Florida. We're a small, very small club that started in 2022.
Yeah.
So we're very young, very small. We've done some rallies and a few things like that. Haven't gotten them into the racing. I started out in Cleveland, Ohio with competition Corvette in 2006. Started racing in 2009. That's a story in and of itself, but I love autocrossing, and high speed started about 2022. Love that also. And then the valve cover was about 2022 also.
22.
And it really has been fun. That's been more fun than anything, I think. Getting to be
Well,
more fun.
we started back let's see in we've been in this club about 20 20 years.
2006, 2006.
Holy cow.
We weren't together then.
No,
We
no.
were both separate, and I challenged him a lot. Still do.
Yeah. Okay. So this pretty little lady was challenging me on my C5, and she
Okay.
also had a C5 convertible.
I wasn't challenging you.
Well,
You
that's right.
you were concerned that I was beating you all the
That's
time.
true. That's true. And she'd always beat me on the damn track. And this is up in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And I couldn't understand how she was doing it. And so I stopped her after one of the events and I said, gee, okay, you got to tell me what you're doing and how you're doing it because I don't know. I don't understand. This is my first couple events and you have to help me out.
It's
And
my first couple events too. And I
yeah,
was still beating your butt.
you were continuously. So I asked her, I said,
And I had to tell him the hard way. Brad, take the lace panties off and put the pedal to the metal. And he did.
I did. And I ran around the track and she gave me a couple of pointers. And I actually did extremely well. In fact, it was, how do I say this nicely? It was better than the Big O. So,
Yeah, he was grinning from ear to ear.
that was fun.
Wow.
But
Well,
then
this is new territory for the governor's garage. That's for sure.
So so we developed a little friendship based upon her beating me, me beating her. Because when she was beating me, it was all fun and games, and she was happy,
and you weren't.
and I wasn't. So then I beat her, and she started bawling, and she,
You were happy I wasn't.
yeah, I know you weren't happy, and then when she would not be happy, I wasn't happy if I won or lost. So it was a no-win situation for me. But the good news is I started getting some trophies and I was having a blast.
But Kyle, let's talk about the technique.
Oh, well, yeah.
He would spend hours capturing videos and getting other people to give him videos of their runs. And he would study and study and study and study, trying to get better and better and better. I just get
Right.
up there and run by the seat of my pants. I call him, I'm a natural. You have to learn. So
You'll have to ask her about the let's see how you call it, the 360s she had done a few times.
fun every time I get on the track. That's how you learn.
So
Yeah.
we both got better and better and better in our C5s. And then we had to venture out with the C7s. And holy cow, what a difference. I had I bought a 2014 in July and watched it being built. And short of watching your kids being born, that's an amazing feat.
And I bought a 2015 in October of 2014,
Yeah.
watched it being built also.
Yeah. That was an amazing. There were people. I had a shirt that said "thank you" underneath. It was underneath my T-shirt, and on the T-shirt it said "thank you." And so I'd go to each station and flash them, and it said "thank you." People would come off the line and wanting to shake my hand and say, "No, no, no, thank you for buying this car. It was a blast." And it was a heart wrenching thing that when you sat in a car and you started up for the first time, just the emotions are just, I can feel them right now. I get goosebumps with the zero on the odometer. You start it up, and it starts up the first time. Of course, it was born to, mine at least, was born to Rock and Roll by Kiss. You can't beat that. So we've been rock and roll ever since.
And mine is Helen Reddy.
Yeah.
Hear me roar.
Right. My original plate was uh uh holy cow.
Why we work.
Why we work. and and then I had to change it because somebody in Florida took it. So I got a new one, and now it says she's SHZ space FUN. And when she's
All
in
right.
the car, it's a
Nah.
little bit more fun.
But then let's talk about
Okay.
valve cover
Oh my
racing.
God.
Well,
We got in.
hold on. Before we get into valve cover racing, I do want to pick up on something though that you said about spinning the car out though.
Oh
So
yeah.
up here, so up here in Michigan, we do a rookie autocross school. And if you guys go back and look at the content, I featured a few drivers, some of the goings on that day. And one of the instructors, of course, I race a C5. So when I was instructing one of my students, I was talking to her about it, and I was actually trying to convince her to go ahead and spin the car out. She's like, "I'm afraid." I was like, "You're afraid you'll spin the car out?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Do you want to spin the car out?" She's like, "Huh?" And I was like, "We had a big sweeper at the end." I was like, "You're not going to hurt anything." It's like, spin the car out, feel where the. He said, "You won't learn until you spin it out." The last time I was an instructor, the guy I was teaching, I convinced him to, on the same kind of turn, spin the car out, find the edge. You're not going to hurt anything. You might, wipe out a cone or something out here. No big deal. And but it's a lot of fun to find the limits. So sometimes, you got to hit a cone. You got to spin the car out, brake late and slide over that cone. That's how you learn. But yeah, so back cover racing, whole different kind of racing. Triple C. Once a
Yes.
year convention, people build cars all year.
2022, Atlantic City.
Mhm.
I see the valve covers going down the track.
Mhm.
And I said, okay,
It drew a lot of attention. Up
yes.
until that point, it hadn't been a really popular. It got some people that noticed it, but in Atlantic City, I noticed a whole lot of people in the room watching that race. I
Right.
mean, they had chairs sitting all around, and it just really riveted everybody. They were just really into it. And it really sparked both of us. And he
Yeah.
said, "Well, I think I can build a car, and I think I can make it better than anything out there."
Well, I was watching a lot of the cars that were there, and I saw some of them with the phenolic wheels, and then I saw a couple of them that used the CD DVDs for
Mhm.
wheels.
Yep.
And it started me thinking, I'm an IT guy. I have an IT business, and I've done a lot with client server systems and in these fairly decent servers. So the last few servers I put in, for whatever reason, I pulled out about a half a dozen disk drives. And I thought to myself, what better bearing can you get than a bearing in a disk drive inside of a drive, in a hard drive? So I said, let me cut one of these apart and see what I could do. After about three of them, I finally found how I can actually mount one inside the valve cover. The only problem I had was they're unidirectional. So you had to put one on the outside of one and the inside on the other. Then I used some the boxes for the light switches that you put in a rough box on a wall,
Fenders.
electric, yeah, for fenders,
Boxes.
and built one, took it to Bowling Green, and it was a bit of a disaster because I never aligned it. I never thought about it. I got to align my valve cover now. Okay, so
Yeah.
the first couple of days, I'm
Didn't you
trying to
build? Didn't
figure.
you build a Pinewood Derby car?
Yes, I actually
Okay.
built a what do the Pinewood Derby. What do you call those? Yeah, I guess it's Pinewood
It's
Derby.
a
Yeah,
pinewood box.
back in Boy
Yeah.
Scouts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Take a
yeah,
block
Same
of wood
thing.
and make a
Yeah.
pinewood car out
Yeah.
of
You
it.
get a
yes,
block of wood, and the big thing was
Yeah.
then, yeah,
yes.
you had to align it.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as important because you can steer it.
What?
You can steer the
A
pine.
pinewood?
Yes, you can. You can steer those. You have ropes on the inside.
No,
So
don't, not whenever it's on a little track for the Boy Scouts. It's just a little car that you put up there
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
let it go.
You're thinking of the soapbox derby. We're talking
Yeah,
about
you
the
oh,
put
by
Pinewood derby.
I'm
soapbox
sorry. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
pinewood.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
absolutely. The soapbox derbies. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
How many has he had, Donna?
I've never done pinewood. My son did when he was in Boy Scouts. I didn't know how to help him, of course, and it was not very pretty, and he was very, very embarrassed about the whole thing. So
Oh,
I can't take any credit for building anything like that. So,
Well, my
he kept working on his design, and he always had to race before me. So whenever things didn't go right, he had to correct them before I raced,
yeah.
which was an advantage.
Every time I,
kind of like warming up the tires,
yeah,
Yeah, right. Something like that.
right?
every time I run it down the track, it would go off to the right and hit the wall, and just it was
Slow
terrible.
down
It
and
slowed down. It was hugging the rail all the way down, and then going
then
extremely
I'd get up
slow.
there and line it up so it was way over so it wouldn't hit the rail because it kept going that way. Yeah.
So after about a dozen runs, I finally got aligned a little bit better, and then she took over and did a little bit better than I did. And
Until last year.
until last year.
Yeah,
Last year was a
let's
phenomenon.
talk about last year because I was there last year. It was great. I was happy they put it in the bigger room. I heard they were going to put it in the hallway, and I'm glad it ended up in the conference room because we always end up with a lot of people around the track. You need a
Right.
lot of room.
Before we go to last
Yep.
year, let's take a half a step back to Joplin.
Okay.
And that was one that this is after Mike had his little problem, and
Yeah.
Godfrey.
Mike Godfrey, yes, the
Who started
fantastic.
this?
I can't say enough. And you should see my article about him and his family and all the work they've done. It's just heart-wrenching on how dedicated these folks are.
He's done a wonderful job
Yes,
in
Oh
promoting
yeah.
the sport, and he's a great person. He and his
yes,
wife both have put so much into
Absolutely.
this, and we appreciate them to the nth degree and want to give them
Absolutely.
credit for this.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And you wrote an absolute beautiful article about him and
Yeah,
about racing for blue bars. I hope everybody who's an NCCC member watching this actually reads their blue bars
yes,
because
Absolutely.
the people who do write articles put a lot of effort into them, and it was beautiful. And I will tell you, in Bowling Green, that was the year. It just so happened we were waiting to get in our room, and they needed help carrying it in, and so that was the year I helped assemble it.
right.
And Mike was giving us direction. Because he wasn't able to get down his hands and knees and put the
Right.
track
Right.
together, but his little secrets with the block of woods and the clamps to get it all aligned to keep the rails aligned and
Yes.
all that. He was coaching Kyle and I as we put it together. So, but
Yeah.
in the end, it was worth it. It was a great evening then too. So yeah, so sure, let's talk about Joplin though. Let's talk about the lead up to your guys's.
Okay, so the funny part was we're there and we were supposed to be inside the this convention hall that they had, but they said they're closing. So unfortunately, we were not able to use the inside of the building. And all the everything that was happening there was right down on Main Street. So
Yeah,
we had to put the valve cover race on the outside, right in front
Sidewalk.
on the sidewalk.
like the good old
And
days.
what totally blew everybody else's mind. What'd you say?
I said like the good old days when they didn't have a way to stop the cars coming off of
Yeah, that's
it.
right. Well, we all of us grabbed the sections of track and bolted everything together and got it all perfect, and we thought it was fantastic. And until shortly after the race, I couldn't understand why all the cars were going to the right. And then I thought, holy cow, the sidewalk is angled towards the street to allow the water to run towards the street.
Just enough.
So that's the reason why all the valve covers were running towards the right side, towards the street.
Because
But
the track
of
wasn't
course, there was somebody else that decided, geez, I saw that, so I'm going to run mine a little left.
this way.
Hey,
I came in second that year.
yes, I know.
Second overall, right? And one guy beat me, the big block beat me.
Yes, he did. And the trophies from Joplin, holy smolies, they made these trophies out of motor parts, everything from pistons to
Yeah.
valves to piston rings. Just an incredible someone. I think Uncle Larry is the
No,
one
no,
that
no. It wasn't him,
he
but
did.
it was
Anyway,
the guy that was on what's that show on TV?
oh, I don't know.
Ironworks or something like
Yeah,
that.
he. Oh, yeah, he
Forged
did.
and Fire.
Yes, Forge and Fire.
He had been on there, and
Forged and Fires.
the
Okay.
competitor there came in second,
Yes,
and he
and
made all these.
unbelievable trophies. Go back to the blue bars, you'd see them. So anyway, so that was Joplin.
Okay.
Okay. So then Bowling Green.
No,
I'm
last
sorry.
year
Then
was Wisconsin.
last year was Wisconsin. I'm sorry.
The
And
Dells.
then I think I had things aligned because then I used a laser to align the front and the back wheels. And I also had to figure out how to put nuts and screws in there so I can actually align it. Uh, you know, little details that you don't think about.
He perfected it quite a bit by
Yeah,
3 years into it.
yeah,
You know,
exactly. That took me a while. So it was running super.
it was.
The problem we had was we were at the drag strip and we had to bust our butts to get back to the convention.
Mm, yeah.
No, yeah, it was a drag strip,
Yes,
and I had
Vinny.
broken the records.
Yes.
They had to break my car,
Yeah.
well, test my car.
So anyway, we
Yeah,
arrived
late.
a little late and we didn't get into the car show or the valve cover show.
They held it for us.
Yes, they did.
They held it.
And Linda Farrelland did a fantastic job running that the entire event. Uh, uh, Mike actually does his timing system on that track. I did a lot of work with the Axware software
Yep.
that everybody uses for the timing systems for the
Yes.
autocrosses and even for the high speed. Developed it with VTech, my electronic computer knowledge and his capability. No one actually broke it down. That's the reason why lots of times they were having some problems, but it ran great after that. Anyway, uh, but Mike's timing system on that track, holy cow! It's got a Christmas tree, and you push down a pedal to release the car. And then the timing system goes and it says whether or not you red lighted or allowed you to go through and run down to the end of the track. So incredible. I was amazed at what he did and how he did it. And he hems and haws, but again, very, very intelligent man that put together this the entire system. So running down the track,
He's first again. The men
you
always go first, and the women go second. So he's ends up being the small block man winner, and I end up being the small block women's winner. Now he's like, now Donna, if we have to run together, we've only got one car. We can't run together. We got a problem here. Now you got to let me take it because you won last year. And I'm going, what? I don't know about this. Maybe we draw for straws, Well, it didn't happen quite that way because he had to run against the big block guy.
Total elimination.
Was there one or two of them?
One that I ran against.
Yeah, but there were like two people. Well, anyway, he ran against the big block guy.
And I lost.
And then I had to run against the big block guy.
Yeah, well.
Won.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a reason for that. It's a different reason that I wasn't better. And I said, no, I'm faster. So I won.
No. When the big block guy was on the other side and he was over there looking at her.
Looking at me. Come on.
Wondering when she's going to go. Donna already pushed the pedal and was down the track. And the other guy it was bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was a close race. What are you talking about? I just beat him by about that much.
Yeah, see?
It wasn't that much.
Okay.
I was faster on the
Yeah.
pedal.
She was.
My reflexes are better.
Much.
Did you say you got the whole shot, huh?
Yeah,
She did. She did.
I did.
Yeah, the little Christmas tree that starts
Yep.
and then it turns green.
You got to hit that pedal quick. Quick, got to be on it.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
He's a little slower than I am.
Well, you're so much younger.
I am. I
But
keep telling you that. You won't believe it.
but the good news is it ran really well.
It did.
And it was aligned, and I was really, really happy with the performance. And
Everybody was coming up. What is it you've
yeah.
done? How did
And
you
then
build this car? What have you used here? What have you used there? How did you do this? And he's been running this for 3 years. We have. And nobody paid any attention to it until we beat them all.
I had a friend engineer that gave me some a few pointers on how to weight it, but it's at the 8 pound level and it has to be right there. So that's an important part. You need to have it right at the level. It was funny that I started when I did that article. I found out a lots of things about how the valve covers evolved. Guys like Dale Samuelson, when he was running on his track or on the same track, but it hadn't been perfected like it was. It used to be outside and it would go down the ramp just like the soapbox derby, end up in the street. And that's the reason why they had all these plastic phenolic wheels. And if you ran mine on the street, it would clear up the drives left and right. So it was
into a pillow now.
yeah. Now it runs down the track and into a pillow now, and I think he's got that figured out too. So,
but this year's going to be even better.
oh,
you want to hear about this year, Kyle?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Well,
did you guys build two cars this
well,
year?
this friend that he's talking about, and I'm going to give him credit, Gary Laterick in Bowling Green, Kentucky. He's the one that's an engineer along, got a lot of knowledge on things and takes a very practical, technical approach to things. So this one was challenging him because Gary was asking him all about the car and how it ran and what it did and how he built it, blah, blah, blah. So Fred decided to challenge him to build his own car, which he did. And he helped him. You sent him the cover and the disc drives and a couple other things. Well, now Gary has to calculate, mass, and I could read Gary on this, but anyway, he really put a lot into this. So he built a car, brought it over to Naples in February to test it out against Fred's car. Didn't do real good, right?
No.
Because the disc drives were different.
Yes.
That were used as
I didn't know that either. The drives I sent them direct from eBay.
So they were a little different. They weren't as good. So Gary takes it back home with him, finishes it up, ships it up here. We get here last night. The car's in my room waiting. So I get to race this car against Fred's car. So, just a second.
Oh my goodness.
We've got Fred's car is Hot Lips and mine's the Silver Streak.
Oh, okay.
So the Silver Streak and the Hot Lips are going to be fighting this time.
I think with your guys' filter on, this is going to be a preview. This is going to be
Here we go.
A tease. There we go. Yeah.
Fred, you just messed it up. There we go. So we're going to see what the Silver Streak can do against the Hot Lips.
All right. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, we'll be there on Valve Cover Racing Night, so we'll get some good images of it anyway.
Okay.
It feels like it's a lot more than 8 pounds. So I don't know if it's even going to make it through the initial thing. If it doesn't, we'll find out. I'll have to race Hot Lips again.
Oh, a minute.
Oh, yeah. We already told them that.
We did?
Yes, we did.
We did.
We might have two, we might have one. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I can hear it now. Oh, mine wasn't running good.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. It may be you saying mine's not running good. Don't go there. They've not been tested together.
That's true. That's true. So we'll see how this is going to go.
So is there any testing tunes before the event starts?
You get two runs, one on each side of the track, and that's it. And then you start racing.
This is one challenge I have not accepted yet.
You got to.
Well, here.
And I may one day. I may. The last thing I built like this was a Pinewood Derby for my son. And the devil is very much in the details. And the first iteration of the car usually isn't that fast. Certainly alignment's very important. Um, friction reduction, weight,
Yeah.
location, all those things start coming into play. And I remember, so he only did Boy Scouts for 1 year, unfortunately, because he had me build him a car. And I applied some engineering techniques, right? Like I had it running on 3 wheels, I aligned the thing, stuff like that. But he wanted it to kind of have a Dodge Viper shape rather than a winning shape. Well, at the time we owned a Dodge Viper, it did. I made it kind of look like a Gen 1 Viper, kind of that hourglass shape where it's narrow in the middle, wider in the front and the back, right? And gave it kind of a little ducktail on the back or duck, flip up on the back of it and everything. And it looked nice, painted it bright red and it was pretty, but it wasn't fast. It wasn't fast. Took a lot of pictures of a lot of cars that were faster. I wanted to build year two. I was going back to win that time. I built him a car. It was good looking. I was going to go back year two. I mean, he was going to build a car year two to go back and win. We all know who actually builds those soapbox derby cars yeah. Anyway, but have you had any insight on your competition yet, though?
No, not going forward.
Not this year.
However, last year, lots of folks, like Donna said, they were starting to look at my car. They wanted to see what was made out of. They looked underneath it.
Absolutely.
The one guy that was seemed more interested than most was Butch DeWitt. He says, "Son of a gun."
He's taking pictures.
I'm going to have to.
He's doing all kinds of stuff. So we don't know what we're up against this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
We'll see. But he wanted to redesign his. He had some trouble. There was so many people that that they decided to, even in some cases, run their cars upside down because they seemed to run better. Go figure. So it was fun. It was laughter. It was excitement. I was amazed at how much excitement we had. So that was a pleasant surprise, as you saw, Kyle, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But okay. So what do you think is the biggest thing that gets people hooked on this so quickly?
It's a race. It's our come on. Anybody who is in this club and they've raced or won or even a car show, you want something a little bit better than the other person.
No, it's even more than that. The competition is one part of it, for sure. But you look at NCCC, we all know this. We're all getting older. It's harder and harder for people to get in their cars and race on a track anymore. And this is one way that they can get out there and they can still compete. They're still putting the pedal to the metal, they're fighting the lights, the whole bit. And they're not hurting their health. Their health isn't an issue. This is something that anybody and everybody can do.
Yes.
And there are people out there, if you can't build the car yourself, there are lots of people that are out there willing to build a car for you. So you can contact them, and I'm sure we can get a list together of people that are willing to build the cars. and sell them to you, and then you can race. It's just like going out to the dealership and buying a car and then being able to race it and being able to tweak it and what have you. I think that's part of the draw now because of our age. It's something we can continue to do, and as we age, not as good on the track, and it's not as scary.
It's so much fun.
Yes.
There are valve cover racing clubs that I then found out.
Well, yeah, Route 66.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
There's a guy that had every week. He had a big track and he set up a valve cover racing competition, and people came from all over.
This is a huge event. This is not just NCCC.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Kind of like pickleball.
And the funny part is it used to be a side event.
Yeah.
But
not many people did it.
In fact, in Bowling Green, it was done on the outside of the dinner theater.
In the hallway.
In the hallway.
Mhm.
And we had a lot of people who were complaining they wanted to see the valve covers, but they also wanted to be inside hearing the presentations.
So now they're starting to make it a separate
Yeah.
event, separate from the dinner and stuff, which I think is, it's going to get more and more attention going forward. And my advice, if you want to continue to race and you feel intimidated getting in the car and getting on the track, get a valve cover, get out there, do it, have fun with it.
And
women and men both.
Yes. And so many people like Ellen's daughter.
Yeah, young people are doing it.
She made one and it was beautiful. It actually, the wheels lit up as it went down the track.
And that's another thing, Kyle, I don't know that you're aware of. Before the race, they put all the cars out on a display, with your number and all this good stuff, and everybody can go and vote. It's like a People's Choice car show for the valve covers. So there's two different things going on here. So make sure you go beforehand, check out all the cars, do your voting, because there's, you like this car, whether it's fast or not, you like the looks of that car.
And don't do ballot stuffing. Bad idea. There was a lot of clubs that they voted for their buddy, but
they kind of started in the beginning. It was just, here's the forms, go fill them out, and everybody could pick up 10 forms and vote for the same car. This time, last year, it was like you get one ballot, you vote for the car you want. So every participant or every person that came in that was part of this got one ballot. So they kind of put a stop to that. So it's a little better.
It's better, yeah.
I mean, every year they get better and better. They learn more and more, and they're seeing what you saw last year. Were you there last year, Kyle? You were, right?
Yes.
It was in a room all by itself, and it was packed full.
Absolutely.
Fence all around the track, and people with their chairs all up against it. And it was awesome.
The fun part is there were so many people, and you didn't have to have any skin in the game to come over and enjoy it. It was an event. It was a group event, and everybody enjoyed it. And I can tell you, it was tense because, after I won my class and then she won hers, I go, what the hell are we going to do? We got one car.
You can't race each other.
So, this
he was afraid he's going to have to cave to me.
Yeah, see? Oh, well.
Well, I can tell you, if anybody's out there building wants my vote, you better make it out of an L98 ballot.
Well, that's the
Governor's Garage will vote for the L98.
Oh. Wow, I don't know about that. See, these are all small block, like 283s.
Well, now there's a few large blocks.
Yeah.
Not many.
L98 counts as a small block.
Okay.
L9. Oh, yeah, I guess it is.
Oh,
Just a child of the 80s. I love the TPIs. I love the Octopus. It's the best looking. I might be biased, but it's the best looking engine they ever made, in my opinion. It has a very unique look to it.
Yeah.
Okay, but the 427, the 350, the all the old engines, they all had the same air cleaner sitting on top of them. They look the same.
Yeah.
And when that TPI came, that thing just looked different. And I've always loved it. I've never wavered from it. And I know it's out of the 80s. I can't help
Yeah.
So
it.
we can look for your valve cover next year?
Probably not, but you never know.
Never know.
Never.
Get your son involved too.
And that might be the more likely thing to happen is to see him build one or my daughter build one. Me help him. I
How old is he?
just he's 16. Just
Perfect
enjoy
age.
going and watching. I just enjoy watching him first
A
convention
couple
was.
of years ago, I think it was in Atlantic City, we had a teenager that won the whole kit and
Yeah.
caboodle. He
Yeah.
was like 16,
Yeah, he
17
did.
years
He
old,
did really
and
well.
he won everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's a great way to get kids involved.
FCOA.
yeah, yeah. Everybody does it. I remember it's funny watching kids grow up. There was a one girl who built one, and I remember she was younger. She was at one convention shorter than me, and at the next convention taller than me. And I was like, "Yeah, that happens." It's just funny how the years go by. Um, all right, so um, one thing I do want to ask you though. So, at what point do you go from just being a casual builder to start obsessing over the alignments, the materials, the bearings, the weight placements? Like how many years does it take before it bites? Before you really start going,
Took me 3 years
okay,
at least.
Well, you were working on it the entire time, but
Well,
I
not the
think
entire time,
it's
but
different for different people. Uh, like Gary has started out with his car that he built for me, the Silver Streak, with really looking at all the technical stuff and planning for all that stuff. But I think he's also had the advantage of hearing what Fred has gone through over the
yeah,
last 3 years. So maybe from that standpoint, he's been a little more aware of things you should be looking out for, whereas ours has been more trial and error as we've gone along. So I think it's kind of the experience of the person and how much they've been
yeah.
involved and who they're talking with, where they would start and how serious they get about it, how quickly.
Some basics, everybody can provide some basics. The valve cover, what kind of wheels, and the harder the wheels, the faster it's going to go. Pretty simple process,
The
but make
bearing,
sure, yeah,
the
the bearings
bearing,
are important,
the bearings of the
and also the weight, right? Got to
gotta
be,
keep the weight
mine
down.
was like 7.8999 pounds.
So you got to keep it at 8 pounds
Yeah.
or less total, everything.
Otherwise, it's disqualified.
And the width of it has to fit within a certain square. I
Rectangle.
mean, those are some of the technical details and the qualifications. When you go in and check your car in, they put this little template around it and it has to fit. That template has to fit over the car. And if it doesn't, your car isn't qualified. And then they weigh it on the scale. And if it's over the 8 pounds, it doesn't qualify. So you have to either take the weight off some way, somehow. So it's got to fit within those qualifications. And if it doesn't, you don't get to run. So I don't,
Hey, those are minor details. Once you get the bug and you get the idea that, geez, I think I could do this. And then after you get a couple of tries and you go, oh, geez, now I know what I screwed up. Now I can fix it for the next time. But you know, and we got to thank folks like Mike Godfrey and the predecessors who've been doing this for years. Dale and Andy's Ales House and a whole bunch of folks that have put a ton of effort into this thing. Just carrying it around. Mike, Mike has to. There's a section of his garage that he has to borrow from his son so he can use it to
story.
work on the track. So it takes a little bit of work on his end, and every year it's been a few glitches here and there, but for the most part, it works out okay.
yeah. And I think this is really highlights things about NCCC. Um, it's some of the silliest things it seems like we do. We put it on paper, but it ends up being some of the funnest things. And seen in it. The Funcanas is another thing that
Yes.
on paper it just seems silly, but it's really really got people to come
And
But
those are
participate.
really fun too. And they're getting better and better and more attention as we go along. So I look for fun contests to come along and be a real highlight during conventions, the valve cover races. It's just something that everybody can do.
but I think the one thing that the valve cover does is there's a whole bunch of folks that can join and watch and have fun just by
On.
yeah, cheering everybody on here and there. And it's just like a group fun event. Fun condos are fun too because you have the fun after the event. Or you
They're fun.
well, sometimes there's uh,
They're funny watching whenever the couples don't
or the
very well work well together. That's the fun part.
and yeah, those rallies and the divorce attorneys, they come into play sometimes, but
Oh,
Kind of like the rallies. They say don't ever do a rally with your partner. You end up in divorce court.
well, I've heard that so much, and yet I've even done a TSD rally with my daughter and survived. So I don't know.
your daughter is one thing that's different.
I bet you had fun with your daughter. Have you ever done it with your wife?
Yeah, well, we did a poker rally once. That's it. But
One time?
no,
One
we had a
time?
great yeah, we'd had a great time. We it was in Wisconsin. We did the poker rally that went up to Wildcat Mountain, right?
Yeah.
And when we got back to the parking lot, now I know you guys aren't from Michigan, so you won't appreciate this much, but it was a 3 hour ride. When we were getting out of the car, my wife looks at me and says, if the roads were like this back in Michigan, I might like riding in the car with you again.
Oh.
The roads are so much better over there. And my car, slowly, I started when I joined the Corvette Club. I had a Austrian C4 that I love dearly, 96 collector edition. Had a silver interior and stuff. Anyway, as the years have gone on, I've moved to a C5 as an autocross car now. I do not like C5s more than C4s. C4s will always be my bet. Let's be honest, if you're chasing time, C5s are faster on the autocross
Yeah.
course. I'm just not going to lie. And so I have a C5, and it's got a harness in it and a short bar. There's a fire extinguisher on
Your
there.
voice is fading a little bit there, Kyle.
I don't know why. I don't know what I could do. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was a nice thing about being over in Wisconsin. And of course, they have the Dells tour here in the same area.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful. There. There's a lot of undulation and a lot of turns. It's a lot of fun. We don't have that in Michigan. We got a bunch of flat.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the governor, like 3 or 4 different governors, has promised to fix the roads, and they just they just don't. They just keep band-aiding the problem. They won't build better roads like Wisconsin did. I blame it on the actual beginning of it. You have to build a
Yeah.
bad road, keep crap on top of what they do. They come out here and they fill potholes, and then at the very first snow in the fall, the snowplow comes out.
Yeah.
Just starts the process.
Hey, biggest problem in Wisconsin, roads were beautiful, but there was a lot of them. It took us hours just to get from one event to another.
And that is true. That is true. It's very spread
Yep.
out, but a beautiful drive and great
Yeah.
roads. Like
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I said, if you don't live in one of these states, you can't necessarily appreciate how nice it is to go drive on a nice
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We love the dine-in drives that we had up north, especially when it got to the fall. It's just beautiful, and the winding roads through the valleys and uh, that was just beautiful. Yes, Florida's nice and it has some great weather, but you don't have the weather, or you don't have the roads that we had up north. That's the part we miss.
yeah. I grew up in Southern Ohio. A lot of people think Ohio's flat, and there certainly is the Northwest Ohio. mentioned is definitely farming and flat.
Yeah.
But when you get down near the river, we had a lot of hills
Yeah.
Yeah.
down in the Ohio River. And all those backcountry roads were a lot of fun.
Nothing
Well,
like the backcountry roads to do a nice little drive.
yeah.
I know, but I was a broke high school. So I can tell you good stories about driving my Escort GT, by the way, with a
Oh
five
boy.
speed on those roads. Hey, I had fun, a little shitbox back in the day. It's a lot of fun.
Hey,
Huh?
we had we had clunkers when we were growing up, and we had families, and we had to wait a little while before we were able to get into the fun parts of senior living. But it was a blast, and it still is. The people who it just makes me cringe when I hear somebody saying, "Boy, I'm getting really old. I can't get in and out of the car." Give me a break. I got them beat. So if I can do it, you can do it.
Unfortunately, to go chase down a lot of you guys have been able to buy 60s Corvettes and stuff. And certainly there's 80s Corvettes available and stuff, but nobody ever protected the Escorts or the Cavaliers.
Okay.
Those pieces of crafts that we actually had in high school. you
Yeah,
can't find
right.
you can't really find those anymore.
That's
I
right up
would
there with the Pacers, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean,
How about the Vegas station wagons?
I did have a Malibu Classic station wagon at once.
We've all been there.
Hey, I had a Honda, and eventually the floorboard went through, and I had to get rid of it.
You could have fixed it.
Oh yeah, I felt like Fred Flintstone, with a bit blah,
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to weld in like a road sign or something into the
Yeah,
floor.
right.
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm done with that. Nope. Maybe a little super
Well,
glue, but that's it.
there you go. Well, anyways, I think we're going to wrap this up here because we are on Valve Cover Racing Night. I will go live again. I'll set some cameras up in the room and we'll let people see how the NCCC crew
Good.
does it. I think everyone will be pleasantly surprised. I am amazed at how popular this is. It really is. I just, before my first convention, again, I saw it on paper. I thought, this is pure silliness. Well, it is. It
Same,
is, and
same here.
it's pure silliness, and I love watching it. So, is there anything that you guys would like to mention about it or about the convention itself here?
Okay, well, maybe there should be some challenge here that we should put up. Let's see. I don't know, a word between you and I, or
Oh, okay. All right.
dinner.
You got the last 30 minutes on the course today. You owe me big time already.
It,
Ooh.
it, the course today was just
They had
fantastic.
to combine the last two events so that because of rain. And since we're
Yes.
sharing a car, they increased it from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. This was track days over at the racetrack.
Okay.
So it was like either he stops after about 12 minutes and we switch cars, and then I go out for the last half. And I said, well, by the time you come in and we switch and get everything ready to go, I've got 2 laps left, So I gave up my part and let him go out for the entire 30 minutes. So now he owes me. He has to give me the race. Yeah, right.
Anyway,
No, all I can
good
say
challenge.
is I challenge everybody to get out there,
Yes.
come watch the races, get involved in the races, build your own car, see what the fun is all about. And, let's make everything, exciting and fun again.
Okay. And make sure I don't get this wrong. What night is it on?
Uh, I think it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's either Wednesday or Thursday. I'd have to get my schedule out. I don't have it here in front of me.
But
Wait a minute. Yes, I do. Hold on right now. I've got it right here.
that seems to me, Kyle, that there's the three out of the three of us here There's only one that doesn't seem to have a valve cover.
Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m.
That's what I said,
Oh,
Tuesday night.
Right after the
Tuesday
low
night.
speeds and the dinner and all that good stuff. So
All right.
Tuesday
So
at
yeah.
7:30, be there or be square.
So sometime around in there, we'll throw a camera up and hit the live button again,
You
and
better
let
get there
everyone have
early.
a voice.
Remember,
Absolutely.
we have the People's Choice Car Show beforehand.
Mm,
And
that's right.
this is maybe one event that beverages are actually allowed.
I do believe so. I don't believe there's any restrictions on
No.
alcohol consumption before this,
We're
this
not
event.
really behind the wheel of a car, even though we got a pedal to push.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, I'm hitting the road in the morning, so I'll be
Okay.
seeing you guys probably within the next 24 hours.
All right.
Safe travels.
Hey,
Be careful.
thank you for all that you do for NCCC and your ideas and your attitude towards making it all fantastic. I
I
like the
do.
ideas.
I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate your patience with the technical difficulties here in the beginning, because you know what? I've just had one of those days, and it's going to get better tomorrow.
Okay.
We've all been there.
All right,
All
Carl.
right,
Thank
guys.
you.
You did a
Thank
Thank
you.
good
you. I'll see you
job.
guys soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.